making her the first athlete since Michael Jordan to get their own signature basketball from Wilson. She also becomes the first WNBA player to get her own signature basketball from Wilson.
Caitlin Clark just demonstrated why she is a once-in-a-century phenomenon, which is why the WNBA is going crazy. She is the first athlete to own a branded basketball sneaker since Michael Jordan. Yes, that is Michael Jordan, the world's most famous and valuable athlete.
Caitlin Clark just did something that no athlete has done since Michael Jordan.
What about Caitlin? In just her first year in the WNBA, she has attained that level. She is upending the entire sports world, not just basketball enthusiasts.
He's like Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, probably eventually Caitlin Clark, where it's like individual people make an entire country tune into their sport.
1,000%.
Like hockey was never bigger than when Wayne Gretzky was playing it, and it was ridiculous how much it grew the sport.
Tiger Woods.
Her skill. It's a level that players like Angel Reese can only imagine. It's on a different planet. Can you really blame them, though? Jealousy is inevitable when you're this wonderful. When you're simultaneously influencing the culture and controlling the game, haters are just part of the package. Fans and critics alike are keeping an eye on Caitlin Clark's every move because she is more than simply a player. She is a movement.
Congratulations to her and her family.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal.
Just now, Caitlin Clark changed the course of women's basketball. And the whole sports industry, to be honest. She is altering history rather than merely creating it. In case you missed it, Clark has signed a contract with Wilson Sporting Goods, making her the first athlete to possess a trademark basketball collection since Michael Jordan. Yes, that Michael Jordan. It's a profound change that elevates Clark to a new level. It's not enough to simply put her name on a basketball and call it a day. Let's be honest. This agreement screams strength, advancement, and evidence that female athletes are no longer settling for scraps. Women's basketball has been neglected, underfunded, and undervalued for many years. However, Clark, she is breaking through those obstacles as if they never existed. It's not just a win for her when she strikes a deal with Wilson. For any female athlete striving for recognition, it's a huge W. Since her undergraduate days, Clark has been shattering records and records on the court. You recall the NCAA scoring record of Pete Maravich. Yes, she broke that, led Iowa to significant wins. Verify. She was out there creating a legacy while everyone else was preoccupied with catching up. She is simply a game changer, not just a basketball player.
She is the Michael Jordan. I know you're not a major basketball
Him, I know.
but she is the Michael Jordan of female basketball.
What about the Michael Jordan analogy? It may seem like a reach at first, but reconsider. Clark is changing the WNBA and women's sports in general, just like Michael Jordan made basketball a worldwide sensation. She has the talent, the charisma, and, above all, the capacity to draw in viewers who would not have previously given women's basketball a second look. Let's discuss about numbers in relation to audiences. This season, Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, broke attendance records with over 340,000 fans, which is not an anomaly. In contrast, the WNBA average national broadcasts are now drawing in 1.32 million viewers, which would make even the NBA blush, the phenomena that extends beyond venues. The WNBA's online presence has grown dramatically. The league's social media outlets received 157 million video views in just the first week of the season, a startling 380% increase over the previous year. You guessed it, who is the focal point of that buzz? Clark. She is driving the engagement, clicks, and conversation rather than merely playing the game.
We knew Caitlin Clark was marketable, but she's been put over some pretty big names. In fact, some worldwide, huge, international names. Two of them being Messi and Ronaldo.
She is a one-woman goldmine in terms of money. The merchandising store of the WNBA, sales that break records, sales of jerseys. Clark is in the lead. Merchandise for Fever alone increased by 193%. I'll say it again. One rookie is responsible for almost 1,000% increase. That's a movement, not marketability. What about the sponsorships? They're flooding in, I see. This year, the league's sponsor media value reached $136 million, with Clark and the Fever personally responsible for over half of that. She is bringing in high-profile collaborations, transforming commercial deals into an art form, and demonstrating that investing in women's sports is not only the right thing to do but also wise business.
Caitlin Clark, on a worldwide marketability list for athletes, to be ahead of both Messi and Ronaldo is quite impressive. I mean, she's ahead of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is behind her on the list.
But hold on, there's more. Clark has an impact on the economy in addition to the court. Her influence is estimated to be worth $36 million in Indianapolis alone. She is single-handedly boosting the city's economy through ticket sales, merchandise sales, and the impact on nearby businesses. She's only getting started. The emergence of Caitlin Clark is more than simply statistics and records. It's a whole cultural transformation. She is the model for how women's basketball should look, feel, and flourish in the modern era. Every young athlete who aspires to be successful looks at Clark and thinks, that could be me. Her influence isn't just in the numbers, it's in the way she changed the narrative. She's more than just a basketball player, she's a walking, talking revolution. In 2024, Time magazine dropped the mic and named her Athlete of the Year. Let's pause on that, not Basketball Player of the Year or Female Athlete of the Year. That designation is only given to those who push the boundaries of what is conceivable, and Clark is doing just that. This accolade is more than just a pat on the back. It's a worldwide spotlight that shines on her and consequently, women's basketball. It's embarrassing that it took so long because this moment is so long overdue.
And what a lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball.
Furthermore, Clark isn't only causing a stir on the court, she's also stealing the show. T wasn't simply another appearance when she appeared at the Time dinner in New York City. T was a declaration. She is more than just a basketball player. She is a cultural star who hangs around with the world's elite. She is demonstrating that athletes can and ought to be present at every table, from red carpets to boardrooms. Every action she does outside of basketball represents a significant advancement for female athletes. At this point, it's not even a reach to compare Clark to Tiger Woods. It's a truth. Clark is transforming the economics of women's basketball in the same way that Tiger transformed golf into a must-watch sport. She's changing people's perceptions of the game, is demonstrating that it's worth investing in, promoting, and becoming fixated on. There aren't many sportsmen in history with this kind of attraction, but Clark already possesses it.
She was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody else.
However, enormous power also brings with it drama, and the WNBA. Her quick ascent hasn't exactly been easy. Some of the league's veterans aren't overly excited about the attention she's receiving. Can you really blame them? Clark's immediate fame and multi-million-dollar contracts draw attention to problems the league has been facing for years, such as unequal compensation, a lack of recognition, and the fight for respect. She is exposing the friction rather than creating it. What about the league? At last, they are awakening. In addition to investing $50 million to switch to charter planes, the WNBA recently began negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement to increase player wages. This is survival, not charity. They are frantically trying to stay up with the momentum Clark has created because they recognize that she is a once-in-a-generation player. Let's not give them too much credit for responding to what has been evident for years, but it's about time.
Try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they gotta be drama because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves, they gotta be drama because they're jealous.
Discussions about expansion have also been sparked by the excitement surrounding Clark. Her ability to fill venues and draw spectators has brought attention to the long-overdue expansion of the WNBA. The league is being compelled to think bigger because more people than ever before are watching and participating. Expansion is a need, not just an opportunity. Clark has made it quite evident what's the hold-up when there is a demand. She also has a $28 million contract with Nike. Take a moment to consider that that's a mic drop, not simply a payout. This type of agreement asserts that female athletes are at least as valuable as their male counterparts. Clark is raising the standard rather than merely making money. Finally, companies are understanding that wagering on women's sports is a wise economic move rather than a dangerous one. To Clark too. The jackpot is her.
The idea of some players being jealous, yes, that probably exists. Okay. To me, yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot in the pros?
The question now is whether the WNBA can maintain its current level of popularity. They gained attention thanks to Clark alone, but maintaining that momentum is a very different story. The league cannot afford to lose. They need to grow, develop, and take use of Clark's energy. They are astute enough to take advantage of it. This is their moment as well as hers. Even though Caitlin Clark's career is just getting started, the impact she has already made is astounding. Not only is she shattering records, but she's also shattering stereotypes. expanding the realm of what's feasible, and establishing a new benchmark for women's basketball. The true question is whether the league and the sport can advance to match her level, not whether she can continue. Caitlin Clark is undoubtedly here to change the rules, not to follow them.